you've heard just a description of what is going on now in downtown Chicago. What's your reaction to it? What do you think about a peaceful protest that, quite honestly, has turned violent, has turned into some of the destruction that we see?
Well, I reject the framing. One, I believe violence to be a force against life and human rights. And so the language around destruction and vandalism and looting, when we're only talking about buildings and property, is a further continuation of a systematic issue that has people so outraged. So I would name that policing is a system that is here to protect profit and protect property, and that has been at the destruction of black lives for centuries, and it continues on a daily basis. So as almost as a journalistic responsibility to be talking about Macy's and State Street and to not be talking about the dozens and dozens of unsolved police murders of the Chicago Police Department, I think is problematic. And so my focus is on people, and even the claim of a protest having to be peaceful is, I think, again, a further issue of depoliticizing people's rightful anger and rightful rage. And as you see all over the world and all over the country, oppressed people, marginalized people are rising up. And the fact that centers of capital and centers that are connected to white supremacy are being targeted, particularly policing and the intersection of business, should be respected.
What is it that protesters want to see as a result of this?
It's not just about George Floyd. It's about essentially rearranging our society. To call protesters violence when policing and violence is how our society is organized is hypocritical and contradictory. And so you should read the signs and listen to what people are saying. They are saying that we need to divest from police systems, and we know that our state formations and those with political power do not move unless institutional capital and that profit centers are affected. And so the fact that this is not an organized effort and folks are organically, from a place of anger, taking similar political action around the country and making similar demands with the same anger that police are oppressive and a violent force in our society, should be taken with a little bit more serious. And so I understand people may be afraid and triggered and scared, and that is rightfully so. But folks should also be naming the violence that the police are doing today. I myself was almost ran over just for drumming on a sidewalk. Folks have been tear gassed, folks have been beaten, and the police have been doing this every year that you can count. It is documented. Y'all have all of the footage and all the reels and all the clippings of all the stories that you've covered every few months. And so I would just encourage folks to be a little bit more politically mature and understand that this is not happening in a vacuum, and be very, very careful with your language right now.
Okay, I will accept that education.